If you use TikTok, you're going to want to hear this. Do you think these cuts are going to put people at risk, as in users?
Yes. We felt like we were part of something big, and then at the end of the day, we're the first ones to be replaced by AI or by people in other countries.
All the people that I know in the company are already with the statement that they don't have jobs anymore.
And have you all handed your laptops back in?
Yes.
These 3 whistleblowers are part of a group of more than 400 safety workers that TikTok has just gotten rid of from their London offices. They moderated some of the worst content on the internet.
And they want you to know what's going on behind these doors.
TikTok has employed tens of thousands of human moderators all over the world. For years, they sift through some of the most violent, abusive, extreme, sexual content on the internet, trying to stop it from reaching our feeds.
No race, no buts.
In August, the company announced sweeping cuts to its moderation teams. In fact, all of its London-based moderators were at risk. The whole trust and safety department was actually at risk, more than 400 people.
TikTok said AI could do the job of many of the moderators.
I mean, every company should do restructuring, and this is how business operates, and we understand that. But why should it be for the risk of user safety?
There are a lot of nuances in the language. AI cannot understand all the nuances. AI cannot differentiate some, ironic comment versus a real threat or bullying, or, a lot of things that we have to do with user safety, mainly of children and teenagers.
The humans it did need would be employed elsewhere.
Let's say if you see a naked body, you don't really need to be British to know it's a naked body. But when it comes to, for example, hate speech or harassment or bullying, there's always this cultural thing that maybe other people are not going to get.
TikTok told us, as we've laid out in detail, this reorganisation of our global operating model for trust and safety will ensure we maximise effectiveness and speed in our moderation processes. We'll continue to use a combination of technology and human teams to keep our users safe, and today over 85% of the content removed for violating our rules is identified and taken down by automated technologies.
News of the cuts alarmed MPs and prompted the Science and Technology Select Committee to demand evidence that those cuts wouldn't impact user safety. When TikTok replied, it said that the cuts would have a positive impact on user safety, but they also stressed that the cuts were still only proposals. The whistleblowers have now told Sky News that that was not the case. Sky News has seen the emails sent to employees offering them mutual termination agreements that they had to sign by the 31st of October if they wanted the best payout. How many people do you think have signed that MTA?
Hundreds.
They have signed a mutual termination agreement, a legally binding contract. They've handed laptops in, they've handed passes in, they've been told not to come to the office. So that's no longer a proposal. That's a foregone conclusion. That's a plan that's been executed.
I interviewed one of TikTok's senior safety executives earlier this month, and he repeated the line that these cuts were just a proposal.
So those are proposals. There's still a process that's going through at the moment.
I mean, you just called it a proposal, but the unions say 400 jobs have gone and there's 5 people left in consultation. That doesn't sound like a proposal. That sounds like a plan that's been executed.
Well, we're still going through a process at the moment, and so there's limited amounts that I can directly comment on. But the end point of our approach when it comes to trust and safety is to make sure that the platform is as safe as possible. The power is the combination of AI moderation, so that it's working at scale across that 100 million pieces of content that is uploaded every day to the platform, plus human expertise, particularly for nuanced, complex issues, for things like appeals of content where you need a human reviewer. That's where the power comes in terms of combination.
When asked about their letter to MPs saying it's important to note that these are proposals only, TikTok told us it's entirely right that we follow UK employment law, including when consultations remained ongoing for some employees and roles were still under proposal for removal. We've been open and transparent about the changes that were proposed, including in detailed public letters to the committee, and it's disingenuous to suggest otherwise.
Whether or not these cuts impact the safety of users online will be watched closely. But for the moderators that used to keep our feeds safe, their time at TikTok is over.